Good afternoon, everyone. This is Miss Bina, Children's and Young Adult Librarian at the North Branch Library of the Bridgeport Public Library. And I thought I would share with you some of the books that I've been reading during the quarantine. I read Frankly in Love by David Yoon, which is about a Korean boy and a Korean girl in high school whose parents will not let them date anyone who is not Korean. So they decide to pretend to be dating each other while they're dating other people. What could go wrong? Well, if you want to find out, read this book. This won the William Morris Award for First Novel for Young Adults this year, so I hope you'll enjoy it. Another book that won an award was Free Lunch by Rex Ogle, which won for nonfiction for young adults. And it feels like a novel, but it really is the story of Rex Ogle's middle grade years, where he was bullied and he was picked on by his parents, and you really get a sense of what middle school hell can be like and what family hell can be like. Rex Ogle himself had a terrible childhood, but has grown into a really remarkable writer. So I recommend this, Free Lunch by Rex Ogle. Now this book, Kiss Number 8, was a National Book Award finalist for Colleen Venable, who is not only an author, but she's also a publisher of graphic novels and is really quite a remarkable talent. She wrote this book about Maddie, who is going to school with her friends. She loves her life, but she kind of has a crush on this person and on that one, and she documents her kisses 1 through 8. So who is number 8 going to be? Well, you'll have to read it to find out. Pan Munoz-Ryan is the author of Mañana Land, but she also wrote Echo. She wrote The Dreamer about Pablo Neruda. She wrote Esperanza Rising. She wrote a picture book called When Marian Sang. She's just such a talented writer. This book is set in southwestern United States and about a family that goes back and forth to Mexico to do things for their family. And it's quite rich in detail and family love. Avi, you can't go wrong with Avi. He is a master of writing historical novels set in England. He won the Newbery Award for Crispin, which was set in medieval times. In this one, the king has no heirs, so they think, and this young man is snatched from his scullery job in a pub to pretend to be the king's relative, who's a young man who would be the king if they could prove it. But the question is he just a street urchin, or is he actually the king's relative? You gotta read it to find out. And then the last book I'm gonna tell you, oh wait, not the last book, the second to last is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. She won the National Book Award for The Poet X, which was written in verse. Her second book was written as a novel in prose, and this one she returns to the verse format to tell the story of 2 young women. One lives in the Dominican Republic, and the other one lives in New York City, in the Dominican neighborhood there. They each lose their father in a plane crash. What they don't know right away is that that father is the father of both of them. So how they handle this is told in alternate points of view, and what they do when they finally meet is quite wonderful. I think you'll really enjoy this book. And the last book I'm going to tell you about is by Kaysen Callender, called Felix Ever After. Felix was born a girl, but now he has been transitioning to being a boy, Felix, and he is in school to study art. He wants to go to Brown because he can get a cross degree with the Rhode Island School of Design, but he's in competition for another kid in his class who's kind of a bully to him. He does have a best friend, Ezra, and some other friends, and he's Felix is trying to figure out who he really is and what he really wants in life. And I think you'll find this very compelling to read, and this would be for high school students. So I hope you enjoyed my little book talk, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the library sometime soon.